Hey, it's HighTechDad, and today I'm walking through a really cool subscription service for people who are really into Macintosh applications. It's called Setapp, and I've actually done a full review on my website here at www.hightechdad.com. You can just do a search for Setapp, and it'll bring up this review. But I wanted to actually just quickly walk through some of the features of this product and why I think it's actually pretty cool. So for starters, it's a subscription service. So think of Netflix or Apple Music or something like that, where you're paying a monthly fee and you're getting access to licensed applications. It's the same type of thing. So licensed music, licensed movies. Now in this case, it's licensed applications. So if you actually go to the Setapp website, you can learn how it works and bunch of different questions that you can get answers to. But the most important thing is to actually look through and see the apps that are available. So I already have it installed. It is a monthly service and it costs $9.99 a month, but you get access to almost 50 apps and it's going to keep growing over time. So let's dive into it a little bit. So the first thing that you want to do is actually click on the try it for free. And what you'll do is you'll get a 30-day trial of the entire service. So you'll download a little application, it'll install, and once it's installed, it'll show up here on your menu bar. So here it is. I can access my account. I can take a look at some of the new apps online. But the really cool thing is once you have it installed, it creates its own little repository on your hard drive. And so it's basically a directory that has these little mini apps inside of it. And these are all the current applications that are available. So if you see a little arrow next to a particular app, it means it hasn't been downloaded. But if you have something that has a little star, it means that it's a new application. And then for things that actually have been downloaded, you can see it doesn't have a little arrow or anything there. So um, that's a quick view. You can also obviously see it in a view like this. And here you can see new stuff and updated stuff and that type of thing. So let's take a look at how this actually works. So I already installed Setapp and it's downloaded this repository that has basically little descriptions, sort of mini apps as I call them, of each product. So you can see there are actually a couple that have higher file size, and those are ones that I've actually installed. But the smaller ones, sort of the preview ones, are usually just a couple megabytes in size. So if you're interested in something, you can either tap it with the spacebar, select and tap, and you can see the thumbnails of the app, and then you can read about it if you want to do it that way. Or you can actually double click it and it launches the same sort of preview. Now let's say this is something that I want to install, this timeline software. So I can just go open and it downloads it depending on your internet connection pretty quickly. And voila, there I have it. It's already running the full featured app in my um, on my Mac. So it's really easy to use. So I'm going to show you, like, let's say you didn't want to use it. You can quit it out. You can actually just delete it the way you would any other app, and it'll disappear. And then the thumbnail's back. So the little mini app. So if you want to install it again, you can do that really easily. So anything that you want to try, you can open launch and it'll launch. And then if you want to keep it, you just keep it there. And if you don't want it, you can hit delete and it still shows up here. So it also has a really handy menu bar. So say I'm looking for a writing app, writing. These are all things that are tagged with writing, for example, or project. These are things that are task based or image. There are a bunch of items that are related to images or photos. So it's really easy to find an app within the repository and then just open it up. Really, really handy to have this kind of thing. So if you want to read more about it, I encourage you to head over to my website where I kind of dive into some of the details as well as some of the apps that I really like. Like Paste, for example, is one of my favorite ones out of the box. It allows you to have a pasteboard that just sort of pops up and you can save a bunch of things all the time. Flume, if you're into Instagram, you should check that out. Yummy FTP Pro. I'm on my server all the time and really like to be able to FTP in easily. Hazeover is a distraction-free type of utility. Clean My Mac, well, that sort of cleans up all sorts of legacy stuff, removes bloatware, it gets rid of excess log files and a bunch of other things. So again, the Setapp service is a monthly service. You get a month for free, and then it's $9.99 after that. And it's important to note that you are getting the full premium apps. You're not getting like a feature limited. You're not getting something full of adware or stuff like that. These are the full apps. And the neat thing is that if a particular application that is within their service gets a major version update, you get it. If you were to buy it individually, then you may have to pay for that major version update. So just a little bit of comparison, these five apps that I wrote about on my website would cost me about $115 if I were to install each and every one of them. So that's almost a year worth of the Setapp service. So anyway, head over to my website. It's at www.hightechdad.com. If you have any questions about this or other types of products, feel free to ask me on Twitter, and I'm at HighTechDad. And as always, I'm over on Facebook. You can check out my fan page at www.facebook.com/HTDblog.